He kinda looks like a Cyclops, excuse me, a Biblops. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And today we're going to take a look at YG's new album, Still Brazy. Now this is a follow-up to his last album, My Crazy Life, and this one is very similar in sound because obviously you're going to get a lot of that West Coast gangster shit going on, and there are also some skits throughout and a little bit of storytelling happening on some of these tracks. However, one of the main differences about this project is that there is no DJ Mustard production on here, so you're going to notice that the production is just a little bit more varied. And really, I thought the production on this shit was fire, it's very cohesive, and like I said, you're going to get that West Coast G-Funk sound happening. The opening track, Don't Come to LA, we get this really sneaky bass line and some light piano keys. And this one is obviously all about how people want to come to LA and kind of floss, but you can't do that shit without repercussions. I just thought it was a dope song all around, and AD especially killed that second verse. I just thought he brought a lot of raw energy, the way he was yelling on the track. I really liked what he was doing there, and this was one of my favorites. But another one of my favorites on here, and I do have plenty of favorites, includes the song Twist My Fingaz. This one is produced by Terrace Martin, who took the bass line from One Nation Under a Groove, so this one is also coming with that classic West Coast sound. You're going to hear me say that a lot as I discuss this production, and this is kind of just a fun and bouncy gangsta track because YG is throwing his setup and hitting that B-walk. So this was a really cool track, another one with a dope bass line, and it keeps with that cohesive nature that I was talking about. No beat on here really felt out of place to me, and I don't think they sounded too similar either. I think if you just skim this project, you might think that, and you also might think that there's not much content, but if you actually really listen to what's going on, YG is dropping all kinds of shit on here. I really like how he touches on his paranoia because, you know, on the song Who Shot Me, obviously that's about him wondering who the fuck shot him last summer. So on that one we got this production from DJ Swish that really reminded me of Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001 sound, and like I said, it's all about how YG is struggling and looking back at people he knows, wondering if maybe they were the ones who shot him. So he's definitely struggling with some trust issues and paranoia all over this one, including on the song Still Brazy, where he's answering the door in a vest, rocking a pistol, and also spitting about how he might need to get more cameras around his house, because again, he doesn't know who shot him, and his life is just brazy. So I really like on this album how he brought some personal content, and he really lets us into his head, and he's touching on a lot of different things, including how different things have gotten for him since he's become more successful and famous. I mean, on the song Bool, Balm, and Bollective, he's rapping about how people sometimes try to get at him and just get him out of his space, but he's trying to keep it Bool, Balm, and Bollective so that he doesn't freak out and maybe end up in jail. And the song Gimme Got Shot is just all about this dude who keeps asking for a handout, and then eventually, well, his name is Gimme, so you can tell what happens on this song. Now, YG doesn't come with a lot of crazy metaphors, crazy rhyme schemes, and wordplay really, but I still think his rapping throughout this album is pretty damn good, because he's bringing some interesting content and concepts, and like I said, he's touching on his personal stories a lot, and really letting you into his headspace. You actually come out of this one feeling like you know YG a little bit. I found this one to be deeper than I was expecting. I'm not saying it's as deep as The Abyss, no, it's not on some Kendrick and J. Cole shit. People like to compare shit to their music, but obviously, man, this is just a gangsta-ass album, but I like that he brought enough content so that it's not just that. It's not just about guns, bitches, and drugs, although you're going to get that content as well. Like on the song She Wish She Was A, which is basically just one of those we don't love these hoes type of tracks. So it was pretty simple content-wise, but again, the beat has that classic West Coast sound. A lot of these beats actually remind me of some old Spice One shit. So if you're not familiar with Spice One, some of you youngins might not be, you might want to look some of his shit up because he made a lot of West Coast fire, including the song Strap on the Side, which my elementary school bus driver, for whatever reason, used to let us listen to on the ride home. Looking back, that was kind of irresponsible, because once you hear it, you'll see why, with all that crazy swear words and lyricism and all that gangsta shit, but hey man, shout out to Herman, you were one of the coolest bus drivers of all time. But I can't finish this review without talking about how YG actually gets kind of political throughout this album. By now, most of you have probably heard FDT, or Fuck Donald Trump, featuring Nipsey Hussle, which is obviously the Fuck Donald Trump anthem. And Blacks and Browns features Sad Boy, who is a Hispanic rapper, and on this one, he's rapping from the perspective of a Hispanic man, and YG is rapping from the perspective of a black man, and they're just rapping about inequality, injustice, racism, and the different issues that they face within their community, with police, etc., etc. So I thought that was a pretty cool track. It made for a great moment, and also a little bit of unity as well, because they're drawing similarities and rapping about their differences as well. I thought it was just a pretty cool track to throw on there. Now these two songs come near the end of the album, and then the very last song is Police Get Away with Murder. This one is just very hard and aggressive, and the way that it's chanted on the hook, oh my god man, the way they're just chanting, "We don't give a fuck," is definitely going to be some shit that will be yelled at protests, riots, and all those sort of things. So I think YG came through with a bit of an anthem here, and obviously this one is just about how police get away with murder. They can kill people, and usually, you know, they might get suspended with pay or not even get fired. Nothing happens to them really. They don't even usually get any criminal charges. So I like again that YG was bringing some content and touching on some real issues. This is more than just a gangsta album. I just want to stress that. I mean, you're going to get gangsta shit along with this content, but I just want people to know that YG is actually bringing some other stuff on here, man. This album actually surprised me a lot. I liked it more than I was expecting to, and I give it a 4 out of 5. I was not expecting a 4 out of 5 here. I was expecting more of a 3, possibly a 3.5, but I thought this shit was dope, man. Even the songs that I didn't really like too much at first, like Word is Bond, which is just frankly, just a pretty basic ass track. It is catchy, man, and I got this in my car. I really started to appreciate it. Catchy, fire, bassy, just a banger. So that one actually ended up becoming one of my favorite tracks. And the only song on here that I really don't like is Why You Hatin' with Drake and Kamaya. It does have some nice bass if you're just looking for something to turn up and disturb some neighborhoods with, but content-wise and verse-wise and hook-wise, there wasn't really too much here that I liked, but it's one of the singles, and I think other people did like this one. I've seen some people talking about how they thought it was fire, so you know what? I'm not saying everything I say is 100% right. You don't gotta go by what I say. This is just my opinion, and that was the one track on here that I really wasn't feeling compared to all the others. But you guys should check it out for yourself if you haven't by now, and if you have checked it out, man, hit me up in the comments section, because I want to know what you think about this one. Do you think it's better than My Crazy Life? Do you like it as much as me? Were you surprised as much as me? I really want to know what you think on this one, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time. Shout out to Astro Boy.